Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a good Friday. I feel like my number one headline, it's coming up on 11:30 on this Friday morning. The number one headline is that I don't have any 90-degree temperatures on the 7 day. I feel pretty confident we're going to stay under 90 this afternoon. We are getting a lot of sunshine right now in the Inland Valley. And while I'm forecasting 88 tomorrow, which is close on Saturday, I really feel like we're not going to make it to 90. And then I get substantially cooler going into the first part of next week. So lots of overall good news to talk about. What you're looking at here, we had pretty solid marine deck along the beach to start this morning with some patchy drizzle. We could see that again Saturday morning if you're going to be at the coast this weekend. Gerhardt by the Sea, the camera looking back at Tillamooked, you can see they're starting to clear out a little bit. And then if you look at the Sun River Resort camera, that's just clear. But there are concerns of noticeable wildfire smoke eventually covering up that blue sky this afternoon. I'm going to be talking about that over in Central Oregon. And then we still have the morning marine cloud deck after 11 o'clock this morning up in Kelso. That's Three Rivers Golf Course, where afternoon clearing is expected. Remember, a marine flow pattern is cooler air coming in off of the 50-something degree Pacific waters. And usually that keeps us from reaching 90 degrees, moderates our air nicely. This surprised me when I pulled it up. I don't agree with it, but I thought I'd show it to you anyway. So the American GFS model, these are the projected high temperatures on this Friday. Now notice it gives Portland 90. I feel like my number of 86 is still a pretty good number today. Gives 86 down in Salem, 91 in Albany, 90 in Eugene. I think these numbers are too high. It does give 101 out in Pilton. I agree with that. There's actually a heat advisory this afternoon for Baker County and then east into Idaho. And you can see 100 degree, even in Idaho, 105 degree temperatures. So that's where the real hot stuff is right now. Central Oregon up into the 90s this afternoon, and then out across all of Eastern Oregon. Generally speaking, I think we're going to be somewhat warm but comfortable this afternoon here in the valley. This is what we're dealing with flow pattern wise. So notice the high pressure system over Arizona up into Nevada, California, Utah. That's that high that's going to again produce 110 degree or higher temperatures in Phoenix as they continue to add to that consecutive day total record of hitting 110 or better every single day at this point, going back to June 30th. Now, the low you see out in the Pacific, that is now close enough to us. So we are getting a southwesterly flow pattern aloft. And remember, we have the flat fire burning down in the southwest corner of Oregon. And that fire has burned over 15,000 acres. So there's a lot of wildfire smoke down in that southern and southwestern pocket of our state. This is Futurecast courtesy of KGW TV, and this is Friday later today at 6 p.m. So if you look down in Medford, you see that core of the deep red colors? That's the center of that flat fire that, again, has burned over 15,000 acres. And as of the last time I looked, earlier this morning, still reporting zero containment. So that's a monster of a fire. Now, if you notice the yellow-green colors, that's a southwesterly flow aloft, picking up that smoke and extending it northward up into, if you look at the map, extending it northward up into places like Sun River and Bend and perhaps Redmond. So there is concern that we're going to see some reduced air quality and reduced visibility due to increasing smoke in the sky over in Central Oregon. If you're going to be driving there later today, or if you live over there and you're watching this YouTube channel. I did check at 11 o'clock, top of the hour this morning, and the air quality in that area is listed as moderate. So it has deteriorated into the moderate zone, even though visibility is still pretty good. And I think, again, we'll start to see that smoke potentially get thick enough that it covers up the blue sky. So that's not going to impact Portland, Seattle, or Vancouver, but I wanted to mention that to you. Okay, let's talk about, so the weekend, I think we stay shy of 90 today. We're 88 tomorrow, 86 on Sunday, possibly some early clouds, otherwise sunshine, pretty nice weather. Still tracking a considerable cool off starting Monday. And at this point, there's the potential for maybe 4 days of either in the 70s or just making it up to 80 or 82 degrees. So that's going to be really nice. So on the left, that's the Monday European upper level flow pattern map. You see that low just offshore. That's going to send us, I think, a pretty good marine layer to start Monday morning, maybe thick enough for some mist. And enough of a cool off that I like our chances of staying in the 70s for high temperature. That's Monday. And if you fast forward to Wednesday of next week over on the right, there's still a low, although up to our north, but still around us to where we could potentially stay no warmer than 80 and see some decent morning clouds. And as I mentioned again, this cooler pattern could be with us into Thursday, which brings me to this kind of text format graphic for you. Cooler pattern, rain chances. We're talking Monday through Thursday of next week. Highs as cool, maybe one of these days as cool as 74 in Portland. Wow, that would be something. To no warmer than 82. In terms of Monday and Tuesday, I'm talking about traces of moisture, mostly patchy drizzle if we get a thick enough marine layer, but I don't really think there would be anything measurable. However, Thursday, and to be honest, I'll be surprised if this holds, but as of what the models showed last night and early this morning, there's another low that approaches, and it would look strong enough and position itself to give us a southwesterly flow that I would think we would have at least a possibility of some scattered showers, and with that, maybe even a thunderstorm. That would be Thursday of next week. And I mentioned this the last time we talked, that we're definitely in the middle of our driest part of the year. And it's a part of the year that if we're going to get measurable rainfall, you almost need some convection and for that precip to come from a scattered heavy shower or a thunderstorm, because quite frankly, we just don't get migrating cold fronts into our area producing any widespread moisture this time of the year. It's really unusual. But we can get scattered, hefty rain amounts of some decent shower and thunderstorm activity. So right now, Thursday of next week is something I'm keeping an eye on, okay? And with that said, let's go and get you the 7-day forecast. So clouds early this morning in Portland. Yes, not everybody. I know Salem continued to see sun. Out in Washington County, we never really had the marine layer thicken up. Portland's clouds have already cleared. So it's a sunny afternoon, 86. Yesterday it was 88. Maybe we get back up to 88, but I can't believe we're going to be any warmer than we were on Thursday. So 86 or 88 this afternoon. Winds generally light from the northwest. If you're out in the gorge, temperatures are warmer. The Dow's well up into the 90s. Hood River could be close to 90. And afternoon westerlies will be picking up. Over at the coast today, and this is the way it will be over the weekend at the coast. So morning cloudiness, patchy fog, and then afternoon sun, temperatures 65 to maybe 74 at the warmest. Okay, sticking with Portland. Tomorrow, early clouds. I don't think we're going to see as much cloudiness as we had in the valley this morning. Early clouds, otherwise sun, 88. Sunday, mostly sunny, 86. And then there's that cool off. Monday, maybe a trace of rain. Same thing on Tuesday, maybe a trace of rain with thick morning clouds and then afternoon sun coming. Wednesday, clouds to sun, a little bit warmer, 80 degrees, maybe 82. And then what I just talked about Thursday, eyeing that chance of some scattered showers and maybe developing thunderstorm with highs around 80 degrees. So that would be fantastic. At this point, I do not see any likely shots of 90-degree heat showing up over the next 7 to 10 days. We'll see if that holds, okay? With that said, I hope you're having a good Friday. I wish you a nice start to the weekend. Don't forget, you can get coast forecast, Mount Hood forecast, gorge forecast from my weather site, portlandweather.com. If you look at the individual pages, you'll get live cameras, the forecast conditions, the current conditions. I think it's really a nice companion for you. I'll talk to you soon.